Hi again, I'm Lorena. This is activity 3.4 from the unit Communication. I record my reflection about the topic gender roles. In this reflection, I will define gender roles and look into the traditional roles of men and women. I will also explore the shift in these roles and how they appear today. Um, well, if you watched an old black and white movie from the 50s, we can see, or you can see, how the family structure or the common family structure was. You know, the kind where the woman is at home making a delicious pot roast, and the husband returns from work, briefcase in hand. He kisses her and asks her what they are having for dinner. She asks him how his day was, and a child comes into the kitchen to ask mommy when dinner will be ready or when dinner will be finished. Old movies from the 50s had a certain way of portraying the family, particularly men and women. Uh, the man was a strong breadwinner of the family, while the wife took care of the children and household duties. The life operated that way for many families, not only in the 50s, because I remember that my father, for example, worked hard uh, at being the primary breadwinner of the family and expected my mother to take care of me and my sisters at home. These behaviors of men and women that are considered socially appropriate are called gender roles. Traditional gender roles are those behaviors seen from men and women in the 50s. As I mentioned before, men were considered responsible for taking care of the family financially. They also had the responsibility for guiding the family, and they made the final decisions as well. Men didn't do household duties or child care. Women were expected to be in charge of running the household. Mothers did the laundry, cooked the meals, and cleaned the rooms. They also took care of the children. Few women were able to continue their studies, and the majority of those that did refused to have a working life when they married. While there are many differences today, these patterns of behavior have left an impact on society and our thoughts about men and women. But nowadays, the women, through feminism, are struggling to break with inequality, taking their own decisions about to marry or not, to have children or not. The man lives a male's crisis, with women becoming more empowered, and they are still questioning their gender identity. The participation of women in the workforce has increased. However, the women tend to do still most of the housework and the child care, even though they work. That is to say, women go back to work and make a second work at home. They earn less money even with the same work, and the domestic violence against women is something that seems to be increased. So I think there is a lag in terms of gender equity. We are also part of the traditional gender roles because of the changes occurred during the last few decades. Unfortunately, we can't find the ideal balance to sustain a good family structure, and this has caused a big family crisis either. I think that we must know our limits related to our gender and thus achieve equity without risking the family as an entity. So that's my opinion. Well, I think that's all. So see you next week and have a nice day and goodbye.